this contest set for one fall is for the WWE Championship.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
Welcome to Around the Turnbuckle. I'm Big Al. That guy right there is Professor Keith, as always. And take a break from the Jets and the Eagles at halftime and come hang out with us and our new friends, Lou, Nick, and Abdul Siddique. What's up, guys?
What's
How's it
up?
going?
Happy
How's it
to
going?
be here. How's it going?
Love it, man. Love it. Love talking to you guys. We met you guys in person at the last 3WA event. We've been trying to make this happen a couple weeks. I apologize to everybody last week. I was sick. So here we are. I'm back. I'm good. I'm okay. I might not look it, but I'm all right. I'm good.
Don't worry. People are used to you looking a little off.
Thank
You
you.
look great,
I appreciate
Big
that.
Look
Awesome,
great.
Professor.
Love
David's
that.
with us. What's up, David?
Hey, David.
David always stops by. Chris Vant usually stops by, and some others. We have some regulars. So hello to everybody. But as we get started, guys, we'll start with Abdul, and then we'll go to Lou. When did you fall in love with wrestling? Because you're in the ring there, putting your body on the line for our entertainment. And so at some point, you might have been a kid. Or when did that happen for you?
I mean, I'd say like the moment I was born, honestly, because we've always been watching wrestling. I've been around it since like literally I was born. I remember as a kid watching WWE, playing with like the little action figures and stuff, collecting them and whatnot. And then as I got older and older, I just started getting more and more fond of it. And I was like, man, I really, really want to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, well, now when I got old enough, I was like, hey, let's give it a shot.
What about you, Lou?
Man, it's like really the pinnacle of excitement for me. Like just being in the ring, there's no feeling that kind of matches that, where you're kind of in control of your own destiny at that point. And in life, I think that it's a really unique route to take, where you're kind of in control of like the actions that you're able to do. Whereas like, you know, other places, other jobs, there's certain restrictions and stuff like that. But in wrestling, man, the beautiful part about it is it's so unique, and there's so many avenues you can go in wrestling, and you just got to be able to put that, you know, be able to showcase that. And that's the part that I just entirely fell in love with, you know, the characters, storytelling, matches, like the fights. I'm into like every aspect of it. And from a young age, I found out, like, I was probably born and there was wrestling playing on the TV. Like, it's connected instantly with it, you know.
Did you guys have favorites? Did you guys, when you first start watching when you were little, was there guys who like came out on the screen? You're like, oh man, I like that guy. Like, did you have favorite wrestlers?
Just wait out. They're going to make us feel old in a minute. I know it.
I know.
Go first.
So for me, my favorite when I was like, I know you know who it is. I was a huge Batista guy, massive Batista guy. His entrance just like it just was so unique, and at the pyro and everything, it made him look like such a star.
Yep.
He was like,
Yeah.
just his physique, he looked like an animal. You know what I mean? Like he looked like a killer, and then everything, just the way he moved in the ring, it was just so menacing. You know what I mean? I was like, oh man,
Yeah.
Batista was my guy.
Lou, what about you?
Man, I was really young, and every time this guy's matches were on TV, I was glued to it. My absolute all-time favorite wrestler. I don't know everyone's gonna feel about this, but it was Chris Benoit, and my brother knows the impact he had on me. and
Yeah.
just his style of just the intensity he would bring, just the chops, the crossface, the three Germans. I loved his moveset, that intensity, man. It's just beautiful. Like he brought a new level of intensity to that thing, and I really love that about him.
That's so interesting to me because looking at you guys physically, your favorite wrestlers are kind of diametrically opposed to your physiques
Yeah.
and how you would, in theory, approach a match, right? Because Lou, you're a bit bigger, so you would think like, okay, you'd be leaning more on the Batista
Yeah.
side
Yeah,
of
it's the
things, a
opposite.
bigger guy, work like a big man, and Abdul, you being not, I don't want to say small because you're not small, but more of a medium-sized guy, you'd be looking more technique, take the man apart, pick a body part, that kind of thing for the logic of it. So I find it so interesting that when you guys have to pick a favorite, you actually go with somebody that's kind of against the grain of what somebody would think. That's what your style should be. That's what your logic should be in the ring.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have a question for you guys from Big Chris Vant. He says, "Do you guys have a that special preparation that you do before a match to get ready?"
Man, you want to go first?
You can take this one first.
Uh,
Um,
each match is kind of different. It really depends, like what the story going into it is and how I'm feeling towards my opponent. If it's someone that I can't wait to kick his head off, or like I just want to get in there and beat him up. My pre-match ritual will be a little different. I'll probably storm around a little bit, walk around, get the blood pumping, try to fester up those emotions, the feelings of anger that I have deep inside me for my opponents. And when I call upon them, yeah, I just go into a little workout quick before that. If it's something like I've never really met the guy, I don't got quarrels with him, but I'm hired an assassin to kill him, to fight him. Uh, I'll approach that a little differently because you never know what to expect. There's some incredibly talented cats out there, and
Yeah.
to be able to compete with them, you got to be on your A game every single time you go out there. So sometimes it's more. I want to say I do at least like 20 push-ups just to get the upper body blood going throughout all the upper body. But like that's like the bare minimum. Usually I'll do like 15 minutes of stretching. And then like I said, it depends. Like if I'm feeling like it, I'll do some bicep curls and bench presses if a facility allows it. I know at one of our venues they actually have like a whole gym there, so that really helped. And like venues in the mall, you just go hit up the Planet Fitnesses or like whatever gyms they got, just get a quick workout in and then you go in. So yeah, just like you just got to get your blood going and your muscles stretched out, everything like that. So once you have that, you're pretty much good. Then it becomes a mental game, and like I said, it's different for every opponent.
Abdul, you have a ritual?
So for me, it's kind of similar, a little different. Similar in the sense of stretching, getting a little workout in, getting the body ready, getting the mind ready. Other than that, it's very different, as he said, for different opponents because everyone offers such different things. So it is hard getting ready. What I do like to do is if I know in advance who I'm facing, I do like to study a little film, see what they're doing. I want to make sure I am prepared for the match and whatever they have that I'm able to counter it with something of my own. But if it's just we'll get there, you find out who you're facing, and then he goes out there, nothing about the guy. You just literally stretch, get a little pump in, get the mind ready, go in with the game plan, and then try and execute it as best as possible. So as like a ritual, not really, but just very different depending on who it is. Try and just get ready and stick to the game plan basically every time.
Greg Winters is here. Keith, Thundercat is here. Oh snap! It's around the turnbuckle. Hell yeah! What's up, guys? Thundercat is a 18-year pro gentleman. He wrestles mostly down south in the Alabama area, but he has started his own promotion.
Yes.
So that's a guy you'd like to talk to and pick his brain, I would say.
Yeah, he sent me a
Absolutely.
match a little while ago. I still owe him some thoughts on that. I didn't forget about you, Greg. I just got busy. Sorry.
I saw it, Greg. It sucked. All right. So anyway,
How dare you?
so you guys talked about mental preparation for different opponents. I like to know. At the last 3WA show, you wrestled each other. So is there a different mental preparation for when you take each other on?
Oh yeah,
Absolutely.
How does that go?
I don't know how to describe that, but it's lifelong rivals, almost tag team partners. We know each other pretty much the best. I know his moves, he knows my moves. We know what to expect almost, but then that's when we got to think outside the box. Like, what can we throw at him that he won't expect? What can I do that he hasn't seen? You know what I mean? So you got to think a little extra when you're facing someone you're that close to. And someone you've been in the ring with that many times. You got to keep adding layers because you can't do the same thing you did before. That's not going to work. He's going to be ready for that. And this guy, like he said, he studies. He watches tape. He watches his opponent's matches. So I got to do stuff to him that I may not be going to do to everyone else. I may have to pull out some extra tricks from the bag for an opponent like that. You know what I mean?
Abdul, you feel the same way?
I mean, absolutely. You know, he's obviously my brother. So we've been together forever, like literally whole life. So I know him.
Right.
I know how he is. I know what he does. We trained together. We came up in the business together. So there's not a single thing that he has done that I haven't seen. So every time I'm out there, I know he's going to try and do something that he hasn't shown me. So I want to be prepared for anything. But at the same time, I want to throw him off his game because he's going to be expecting something new. But what if I throw in a little old school in there, something that I used to do back then, but I don't do now, you know, to kind of switch up the game plan. And at the end of the day, it's just a competition and we are partners, but we are rivals. And I feel like there's always something to prove between the two of us, no matter what it is. It could be just us going for a drive to see who gets there quicker. You know what I mean? Just everything's a competition with them.
And I hope you don't mind me saying that. I hope Keith and our commentary did you guys justice on that last match. If
had
if
a
you've
really
seen it, I don't know if you guys have you guys have seen it.
Yeah.
Have you guys watched it back?
Yeah.
Yep.
Dude, you guys absolutely kill it in commentary from the first match that I saw you guys.
Absolutely.
Dude, I told my brother, I was like, bro, you got to try to get on this show. They got some good setup, great freaking commentary, though. That's why I pointed you guys out. Because you know wrestling moves, man. Like, I love that. I love that you know wrestling.
But I mean, I thought what was so good about you guys' match, right? Because I can call moves, I can call holds, I can call different stuff all day. But you guys had such a good story going, and I thought you had such a great showcase. Like, Lou, you wrestled Tyler Sims about, I think it was
a couple months ago
back.
Yeah.
And Tyler had nothing but good things to say about you.
He wants to do that again. He wants to do that again.
Yeah.
I'll run it back with him any day.
Yeah, and Abdul, you're coming in, and I thought this was such a great showcase for you. You and Lou knowing each other so well. I thought you guys had such a great match. And it's really a shame that
he had a good match with Andrew too.
Oh,
I thought
absolutely. I mean, it was a great match. Unfortunately, the finish, things happen. I thought that took away a little bit, as you know, but I mean, we get through it. But
the guy got a busted lip.
Yeah, I thought you guys had such a good showcase here this last show, and I thought it was a shame that we couldn't call the audible and give you guys like 5 more minutes. But at the same token, you didn't need it. Like it's almost perfect the way it went. Is that it's not settled, so now we can see you guys as a team, or we can come back to that. Like now we have so many options coming out of that match, so many different ways to go. And that's why I agree with Al. I hope you guys feel like on commentary, we got that across and we helped you guys out, because at the end of the day, to me, it's not about us. It's not about what we do. I don't care if I have, a great call that makes me happy and I pop. I want you guys to feel like I had a great call that helped you and made you guys better and got you guys more over with the fans.
Yep.
Yes, sir, dude. I think I've had 3 matches there, and all 3 times your commentaries have been phenomenal. I've
Thank you.
absolutely, I thought you guys absolutely nailed it, and I love the way you guys comment, and I hope you guys continue doing it because you're
Oh,
great.
we
guys.
will.
Yeah, I think they're gonna.
We
I
love
think they're gonna have
it.
to-
We love
I
it.
think they're gonna have to kill me to get me out of the booth.
Greg's
And
back.
look-
He says, absolutely, guys. Anything you guys need, answers, questions answered, ideas, videos, footage. I'll be happy to critique your matches and just enjoy watch. Hit me up. So look up him on Facebook. That's Greg Winters down in Alabama. Like I said, he's been at this a while.
Gotcha.
And we lured him up here once. We're gonna try to.
We
lure him
did.
up
We
here
got him
again.
up in Pennsylvania. Unfortunately, they wouldn't book him, but he did get to see a Pennsylvania show, met a lot of guys, and maybe made some contacts for a future Thundercat match up here. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
But I was talking to Lou a little bit, kind of text messaged him back and forth, Abdul. I wanted to tell you about it. I was talking about how although you guys are unique, but you do counter each other really well. You know each other's moves really well. The match when you guys had each other, you know, I asked about you guys, had you teamed before? And he said, yeah, we have done that before. And you were still like, you know, he calls himself the Shadow Assassin, and you were still you seem to be trying to find, you know, the best part of Abdul Siddique, right? And so, you know, we were kind of playing with words there. We're like, you know, you guys could be a tag team and be called like the Shadow and the Light or something like that.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Especially when it comes to 3WA, because right now they desperately need really good tag teams.
I think
All right.
so.
They don't really have a tag team division. We've told them that to their faces. It's nothing we haven't said. So you guys would fit in perfectly in there to challenge the original family for the tag titles or whatever. How do you guys feel about that?
There's folks, but I think it's still a wide open division.
I'm 100% down. You go ahead.
I was just gonna say, I mean, you know, we've definitely talked about teaming because it's something we want to do. Because I feel like even as a singles competitor, everyone's doing singles now. You know, everyone's trying to get that heavyweight belt or the Intercontinental title or whatever it may be.
Right.
Nowadays, a lot of people are neglecting the tag titles, and I've been seeing that a lot recently, especially on the independents. And I don't know why that is, because tag team wrestling is very, very good and enjoyable when it is done. And especially for companies not, as you said, not having the best tag division or not having the variety of tag divisions, I feel like when the crowd sees a good tag team match, they'll be like, oh my God, that was better than a singles match, or that would be better than what the main event has to offer, or something along those lines. And I feel like, especially me and him team, I feel like we would just conquer any company we're in. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. I agree. David Motorman's here. He says, great interview once again. Thank you guys. Thank you, gentlemen, so much for sharing your perspectives. Keith, we have an ABJ sighting. What's up, ABJ?
How's it going, ABJ? Good.
I hope you had a good AXW event down there. I'm sure you were way part of that.
Yeah, no, it was very bittersweet.
And I hope, we heard the news about Hamburg Fieldhouse, and ABJ, if you don't know what we're talking about, look that up. That's a big story. It's in the Reading Eagle, I believe. Reading Eagle News broke that the Hamburg Fieldhouse will no longer be used for wrestling. So look that up if you have not heard that news. ABJ, thanks for stopping by, brother. Nathaniel Cunningham of the Bad Fellas, gentlemen, you might know this guy, says the Bad Fellas are the tag team division there at 3WA, and the family. We will walk out the new tag team champs. They do get a tag team title shot at the next 3WA event. That remains to be seen. I got nothing against the Bad Fellas. They know that, but you know.
Yeah, you suck up to them almost as much as the original family. Are they sending the check too? I know the family is. I mean, are the Bad Fellas as well?
No.
They paid their dues?
I have no comment. All right, so David Motorman, hope you all are well. Thank you. Oh, no. That's Greg asking David. I hope you guys are well. Yes. I was at the PPW yesterday. Okay. But But yeah, upsetting. We're losing a piece of history. Yes.
Right there with you.
So,
Anthony.
so you were at PPW, I believe, in Slatington then, right?
Mhm.
That's right. Yeah. Um. Okay. Yeah, that is sad. But back to you guys. Whether you guys team up or whether you guys single, it's irrelevant. I think you guys are both very talented, and as long as you keep working at what you're doing, I mean, sky's the limit for you guys. For what we saw so far, you already are, turning some heads at 3WA. I will admit that.
Thank you so much.
I appreciate
we
it, guys. Thank you.
keep grinding. Like we're only getting started. You know what I mean? It's only the beginning.
Absolutely.
There you go. And like you guys said, that versatility is what's going to carry you. That ability to say, we can show up and we can be a tag. We can show up. We can be singles. Because I agree with Abdul 100%. I love tag team wrestling. One of the things that got me hooked on wrestling was tag team wrestling because it's so unique. If you do it correctly, there's nothing else like it. It's something so unique that you can bring to the table, and unfortunately, you're right. It is a lot. You guys are right. It is kind of getting to be a lost art where now it's about, well, let's take one main eventer, throw them with another main eventer, and let's just give them the tag team titles, and boom, the tag team titles matter that much more now because we have two main eventers. And it's like, yeah, but that's not the same as having a dedicated tag team that can become main eventers, like the Dudleys or the Road Warriors or the Hardys or folks like that, Edge and Christian back in the day. And I'd love to see somebody do it. I understand the economic reasons why so many guys don't want to do it because there is such a stigma and it's going to be so hard to be, that first person through the wall, but I hope somebody does it. I know there are some teams out there that are doing it. I hope more people try to do it and we really get a revolution going in tag wrestling. Selfishly, that's me.
No, I 100% agree.
Absolutely.
So where did you guys train when you got started?
Excite Wrestling over in Binghamton, New York. That's where we got our start. When I started, it was before COVID even, and it was a little bit before COVID, so I was just getting into it, learning the basics, all that stuff. I think we got up to like maybe power bombs or something, and then COVID happened, and I couldn't train anymore. I wasn't properly trained to actually be wrestling, and they weren't doing wrestling shows anyway, so everyone was kind of screwed there for a little bit. It came back, and then Excite even started taking their school a little bit more seriously. We got a head trainer named Jeff Greeno, which was about the time my brother joined us as well. And if you want to take over, tell the rest.
Yes. It was probably I started in November of 2020. I wasn't able to train because in the state of New York, you need to be 18 years of old, years of age to start training. And so when I turned 18, literally November 5th was my birthday. And then I think it was November 8th was their first training that I could attend. So as soon as it was November 8th, I was like, well, I'm going now. So I go there and I meet everyone there at Excite. And the head trainer, as he said, Jeff Greeno, or you guys might have known him as Anarchy Ash Aubrey.
Yep.
He was a fantastic trainer. He was very, very smart, very good in the ring. Great coach. He broke things down, let you know how everything works, why it works like this, et cetera, et cetera. Very, very good guy as well. Can't say enough great things about him. He trained us and a couple other people at that time at the Excite school during COVID, where we had to wear masks, sanitize the ring, test a couple of, like, I think it was like every 2 weeks, make sure everything was clean, keeping the place clean. Just during COVID, it was a tough time. So we had to take all the safety measurements and whatnot. And then we trained with him up until about 2022, I would say, and still training with him throughout the years. And then the shows would start running again. Basically 2022 when COVID, I guess the restrictions were kind of lifted. And that's when we started, wrestling on shows and started making our debuts, started learning how to, wrestle in front of crowds and whatnot. And then as soon as we started picking up a little bit of momentum, he did unfortunately pass away in, I think, April, due to a a seizure, and it was tough on us because that was our coach. That was a guy that
Yeah.
taught everything, and we had a real connection with him. We didn't even think of him as a coach. We thought of him as like
Yeah.
a best friend, like a brother.
Message him, text, call each other. He was a real good friend, and he would do these student showdowns, and where he would get his students and then just shows for them, just like no crowds or anything, but he would put them on his YouTube channel. And the main event for the next student show was supposed to be me and my brother. This was back when we were like just starting out, and yeah, and it was like the day or 2 days before, maybe the day before, that he passed away. So that was just super, super tough. And it just sucks. Like, if one person could be here and watch our careers through, like, I thought he was going to be here throughout my whole career. I thought, no matter where I went, I would have that rock that I could just hit up, be like, hey, could you come with me to this? Or could you look at this? But losing him was definitely the biggest blow I think we've taken. No injury can compare, or anything can compare to something like that. So
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So here you are. I mean, you started up in New York, but I mean, here you are in Pennsylvania now. And when we first see you a few months ago, you're at 3WA, and you, Lou, were taking on Top Shelf Tyler Sims, who is now the heavyweight champion there. Abdul, we see you come in and you wrestle Andrew, who's also rather new to the business. So now you guys are a couple months into 3WA. How do you feel about 3WA, that venue, the fans? Like, how do you feel about that place?
I love it. I absolutely have a blast every time you guys call us down. Every time I'm there, the environment is amazing. Like every single person, I feel like I just connect pretty well with. Like at least pretty well with. Like everyone's just super cool, super nice. And just the shows, man, the fans, like they're so into it. The shows are so good. So much talent there, and you can tell like a lot of thought goes into making these shows, and you guys are prepared way beforehand. The commentary team is stacked. The division is stacked. The main event scene literally is stacked.
Yeah.
So it's just like everything's great. So for me, I love it, and I can let my bro give his opinion on it.
I mean, I love it too. It's the first time I was there. They welcomed me open arms. Everybody was so nice. Staff, wrestlers, the fans, everybody was just so great. The energy is insane there. It's electric, honestly. Like the crowd is so into it.
They're so intimate. They want to be part of the show. They feel like every month they get together. It's like a family reunion. Everybody's hugging each other. We all know each other by our first names. It's crazy. Me and Keith, before we started doing the commentary thing, we were right there with them in the front row, going to these shows with that, with them and getting to know everybody. And and it's great. It's great seeing everybody every month, and then we get to watch wrestling together. You know what I mean? It's like. It's really cool. And speaking of one of those guys in that locker room, Roadblock's here.
Hey,
what's up, Chad? And Roadblock.
Roadblock the internet.
Roadblock learned how to use the internet. What's up, Chad?
Yes.
And that is, what's up, guys? How y'all doing? This is the Roadblock, he says.
This is very monumental because when we first started talking to Chad, he was like, I don't know how to use the internet. He had to record his first interview at the arena on his phone, on Al's phone, and then we posted it because Roadblock's like, I don't know anything about the internet.
Yeah,
stuff works. And now he's worked his way up to being able to watch the show live and comment. This is momentous.
This is the kind of guy, Keith.
Please do not kill me, Chad.
Keith, yeah, he's gonna give you a receipt for that. You do realize that?
I know. I'm gonna be at the next show. I'm gonna need the kid with me so he doesn't kill me.
So, what do you guys want out of professional wrestling? That's a really cool question when I ask that, because some guys are like, I just want to put on great matches. I just want to. Some guys are shooting for the moon. Where is it for you guys? Like, what do you want out of professional wrestling, Abdul?
So for me, it's kind of a vague answer, I guess some would say, but I want to be the best. I've always wanted to be the best that I can be. The goal for me, like as for company wise, I know a lot of people will tell you, I want to go to WWE or I want to go to AEW now.
Mhm.
For me, like, yes, that would be fantastic. Don't get me wrong. But the goal for me, and it has been since 2016, has always been New Japan Pro Wrestling.
Wow.
I am a huge fan of New Japan Pro Wrestling, and it started back. I was a huge TNA guy too when I was little. My guy was AJ Styles. I
Oh
loved.
yeah.
He was insane to me. You know, like Batista when I was young, that was my guy. You know what I mean? When I first saw him, it was Batista, but then it was like I could relate to AJ more. You know what I mean? Because like
Right.
I'm not as big as Batista. I'm not
Right.
built like Batista, but with AJ, like especially X Division AJ, like he was insane, so innovative, did so many things I've never seen before. And then I was following his career, and then I remember he left TNA, and I was just like, where is he now? Like, where could I see more of AJ Styles? And that's why I found him in New Japan. And then from there, it just clicked with so many other wrestlers like Kenny Omega at that time, Okada, Tanahashi, Shibata, Ishii, Shinsuke. Like the list goes on and on. And then
Yeah.
after AJ left, I was like, well, I still love AJ, but now there's these guys, these new guys that I'm just in love with. Like Kenny Omega, for example, who is, in my opinion, one of the reasons I even started wrestling at that point,
Mhm.
like wanted to pursue it because I fell out of wrestling for a bit. After WWE, about to say like 20 after the Daniel Bryan, the Yes movement, I kind of fell out of it.
Right.
And I wasn't really keeping up with like AJ Styles' career as much. And I remember I saw his match. It was like 2016. I saw his match against Shinsuke at Wrestle Kingdom 10. And from
Saw that match.
that match is amazing. Amazing match. And then I remember seeing they had Wrestle Kingdom 11 at that time because I was a little bit behind, so I wanted to catch up. And I saw Okada and Omega in the Tokyo Dome. And as soon as I saw that match, I was just like, the reactions, the things they were doing, the story that was being told, just from their entrance to the end of the bell, like everything. I was like, this is something I've never seen before. And I was like, I want to do that at the highest level. And to me, that is New Japan. You know what I mean? Like that is where the best professional wrestling takes place, in my opinion.
It's a love affair. You know, there's different styles, and some people are in love with that style. And
Yeah.
if you're in love with it, you follow it to a T. My son introduced me to that kind of stuff because I never ever saw anything from New Japan. I never saw anything from Ring of Honor or anything like that. And so New Japan was foreign to me, no pun intended. And so the thing of the matter is that with New Japan, my first exposure to it was that match. He said, "You got to see this match, Dad, between Shinsuke Nakamura and AJ Styles." And I watched it, and I was enthralled by both of them. I was enthralled by the strong style. I was enthralled by the hitting. I was enthralled by. I already seen AJ Styles before, but this was a different version of him. This was a amped up version of him. This is why he's wrestling every week on WWE now, because they want him to be on their TV because he's entertaining no matter what he does.
Yeah.
I mean, he's got it all, right? He's got everything that you want out of a professional wrestler. He can wrestle with anybody. He can wrestle with a phone book and be entertaining.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, he's got charisma. He's got like everything you want, right? But with the Japanese style, you either love it or you hate it. There are some fans. There are some fans that are like, that's not for me.
Mhm.
And I get it, but it seems like your generation is a lot more into it than say my generation, which is, you know, I grew up in the 80s with Hulk Hogan and Roddy Piper and Macho Man Randy Savage. So all that Japanese style over there, I didn't know anything about because you didn't have the internet back then.
No.
So you didn't have access to it. The only way you could watch Japanese wrestling is if you could find it on like videotape somewhere at a video store somewhere, and that's it. Lou, what about you? What's your answer to that question?
Man, same type of same deal, except a little different for me would be that I never really did fall off with it. I kind of, even though for me personally, it got like a little boring, the WWE product throughout the years,
Yeah.
I still watched it, and I kept watching it, and it was just something that I could always go back to, like almost like a safe place type thing, but not really because it was safe. More like you said, the love affair thing. I want wrestling to get out of it the same type of love that I put into it, and I don't know if that makes sense yet, but I think I just want wrestling to love me like I love it, and I don't know how I'm gonna accomplish that. But the beautiful part about it is, man, there's just so many avenues. Like I said earlier, you can have so many goals in wrestling. Like everything I do, one of my goals is to be the best at it. So that ultimately is, one of my goals. But in wrestling, to be the best, you got to stay the best. And because someone is going to come outwork you at some point. So it's to be the best, but to stay the best. Eventually, WWE champions got to be like almost everyone's goal. IWGP champion means you're the best freaking wrestler in the god world. I don't know if we should swear or not, so I
No, you
stopped
can.
myself there.
Again,
But
We're rated
really
mature on
Yep.
YouTube.
all right, awesome. But yeah, that means you're the goddamn best, baby. And I want everything. Now we got AEW. That's another reason I couldn't fall off of wrestling was because when I was like, man, I'm not really watching the weekly shows anymore. Bam, we had AEW, and like instantly, I love them. I love watching them, and not to say that I don't love WWE, because here's the thing with that. Eventually, I feel like WWE is the ticket to getting wrestling fans, the population of wrestling fans, bigger. I think that
Right.
what I want to do more than anything is to make wrestling as popular as it was before, if not even more popular than that. That would be
Right.
my ultimate goal. Yeah,
That's a
and to
very
accomplish that,
unselfish answer. That's a very unselfish answer.
That's
it's
a tall
the
order.
love. Yeah, it's the love for it. It's entirely from a place of love. Wrestling's always been there for me, that I know it has been for a lot of other people, but especially like I feel like I owe it to wrestling to give back what it has given me. And the only way to do that is to take things in my own control. I'm nowhere near good enough yet, but I really hope one day I can make some people that never watch wrestling be some fans that enjoy watching it. I want to tune in, and to do that, you need in-ring rate, you need stories, you need character, you need so many things, and that's what makes each company special. You want in-ring action, AEW, NJP. You want good stories, WWE. But now, if we can mesh that
Yeah.
consistently, bro, I think that is something everyone in the world can relate to.
Roadblock's back. He's like two of the nicest brothers you want to meet. He's talking about you guys.
Ah,
I appreciate it, Roadblock. It was nice seeing you, man.
it's because we go easy on them when we're in the ring with them. We don't want to hurt the old man, so we got a soft spot.
There's no going easy on the roadblock.
No.
You can't approach it that you can never approach it that way, right? Because the guy hits hard,
Oh,
and
You're right. You're right. My ass.
it's the most appropriate name of a wrestler I have ever known. It's
I'm
Yeah.
sitting back there and I'm like, crap, I felt that one. Like,
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. He has slapped me around a bit. He has put me in a headlock once or twice.
Yeah.
Just kidding around, and that's like what, half quarter strength, half strength. The guy is a strong man.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
He already has the win against me, and I'm looking to get that win back. So it's tough though. He's very.
But it's good to learn, right? I mean, it's good to learn from veterans like that. Whether you win or lose, because and again, you guys have wrestled each other last show to a draw, basically a draw. You pinned each other. I think the fans want to see it again. I think the fans want to see you guys against each other again. Whether that happens or not, I don't know. I'm not. Me and Keith aren't part of the booking committee, but I'm just saying. But I'm saying, like, I know we can speak for the fans that we talk to all the time. They want to see that match again.
Yeah,
Because I mean,
I got into it, and usually when I get into it, being there as a worker and trying to convey that, I'm noticing that a lot of the fans will come up to me and go, "Oh wow, that was really good." And I mean that goes back to what we were talking about, right? It's having options, having that story. Now we've got that in our back pocket, right? We can come back to that 2 months from now, 3 months from now, whatever, as long as we're all smart enough to whatever we're doing until then, that we know we always have that in our back pocket and we can heat it up again. That's the beauty of wrestling to me.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I saw like some video. I think they were highlighting their next show. I'm not sure if that's the what is it, concrete plan, but I think that we are running it back, and I think that we do need a winner. And I don't think we're gonna get another tie. I think this time we absolutely will get a winner if we do end up running it back, which I'm pretty sure is the plan. I'm not 100%, but I saw that like a flyer out there somewhere about it. So,
well, the video they sent out is what they know. Like, so far, it only showed you maybe 2 or 3 matches that they know for sure it's going to take place. It's not the whole card. And just like any other wrestling event, card is subject to change.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you guys, obviously you guys are going to be there. So if you're going to be there, whether you're wrestling each other, awesome. We get to see that. Or if they put you together as a team, great. I like that idea too. But either way, we want to see you guys again, whether it be against each other or not. Against each other, it was great because, like you guys said before, you contract each other. You guys know each other's moves. You kept reversing each other's moves. Whenever you guys tried to do an arm drag or this or that, Abdul would spin off of it, or you knew what he was going to do 2 moves before he did it. And so it was so much fun to watch you guys kind of play a game of chess in the middle of the ring. And then in the end, there wasn't no clear winner. And if the goal was to show the 3WA fans and the 3WA brass what you guys can do, mission accomplished. I'm telling you that.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, but I think you guys just got a taste of what we're capable of.
That's kind of what I felt like too coming out of it. And I mean, one thing I've learned with 3WA is if you show up, 90% of the battle is showing up. You show up and you show them that you can show up consistently, opportunity is going to come. It's showing up, it's having patience, it's being able to show the brass, show the management that you're somebody worth investing in, and you'll get that opportunity.
Absolutely.
What's up, gentlemen and Professor Keith?
My friend, classic Johnny Potter.
That's classic Johnny Potter there, manager extraordinaire. If you guys are looking for representation.
Oh God, don't encourage him.
Boo him.
Encourage him.
I love it. Always love to see you, Johnny. We always love to see you. I'm not gonna deny that either. I'm very sorry for your loss earlier today, and you know which one I'm talking about. As far as the NFL goes. So, in your own minds, what does the immediate future hold for Abdul Siddique and Lou Nick? And I don't care which one of you goes first.
Go ahead.
I mean, that's a deep question. So
yeah.
For me right now is just improving on every aspect of wrestling, get better at every aspect of it, grow my following, connect with the fans, and make sure the fans are enjoying what I'm doing, obviously, because if they're not having fun, then I'm not having fun. You know what I mean? Like the energy radiates, especially in a ring. If the crowd is up and they're energetic, makes me want to do better, makes me want to be better. And I just want to keep moving forward, growing, and get some championships. You know what I mean? I want some belts. I want some belts now. I feel like, especially now I was out for a year. You know what I mean? I was injured, and everyone was advancing while I was still recovering and rehabbing. And I feel like a lot of opportunities were taken or missed from me. So I'm here a little angry. You know, I'm trying to get it back. I want everything. I want it all. Give me everything. You know what I mean?
Lou, what's your answer, bud?
Immediately, it's tough. I just had a match last night. I got clotheslined right under the jaw, bit my tongue. It's like cut up pretty bad in there now.
Really?
Who
Who you wrestled? Who did you wrestle? Can I ask who you wrestled?
Fletcher Young. He hits hard.
Okay.
He
Apparently.
hits hard. Yeah.
Shit,
I don't want to
happen.
show you. It could be graphic, but what was that?
Things happen. You know, it ain't ballet.
Absolutely, definitely isn't. So my immediate plan is to get my tongue healed up. I just had my birthday, I think 2 days ago. So
happy birthday!
Oh, thank you.
Yeah,
I'm getting old, man. I'm getting old. I got run out of time to accomplish everything. So I got to just be on my grind. If that means working out 7 times a week, hell, 7 times a day or whatever. I got immediately I have to lose weight, man. I got to get toner. I saw the Logan Paul fight yesterday. Dude is in phenomenal shape.
It's crazy.
And if that is our competition, the Paul brothers, bro, we got some catching up to do. So just got to keep grinding.
I just lost the whole show. Okay.
I was like, oh my God, where'd El go?
Okay. David says they also should check out SWO and 3 Legacies and go after the tag belts in both of those places.
We certainly know some contacts there. I mean, SWO, obviously, Wolfman comes to every 3WA show. Great guy to talk to.
Yeah, have you met that guy, you guys? Have you guys talked to Wolfman at all?
The guy with the truck?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wolf is one of the nicest guys in the business. I mean,
great guy.
He wastes his time on our asses, so come on now.
Super awesome, dude.
Yes.
Had the pleasure.
Keith, I don't think we're a waste of time.
No, but I'm just saying, Wolf's one of those guys that when he didn't have to give us the time of day,
all right,
always nothing but classy and helpful, and just again, one of those guys that he could have big timed us when we were just fans and been like, yeah, whatever. A couple of fans that think they're better than they are, and no, he was always like, how you doing? Great to see you. Anything he could do for us, he was always right there to do it, and those are the kind of guys you need to surround yourself with.
So Anthony, a.k.a. Classic Johnny Potter Jr., Professor, says, did you like Fastlane? Professor, did you see Fastlane?
I have not gotten a chance to sit down and watch it.
Have you gentlemen watched Fastlane?
Bits and pieces.
Yeah.
I watched the first match. Yeah.
Okay. Well, Anthony, I did watch Fastlane, and I thoroughly enjoyed Fastlane, and anybody who hasn't seen Fastlane should watch it, because I had low expectations, because Fastlane's normally one of those, as the Professor likes to call them, kind of throwaway pay-per-views that they don't really put much time and effort into, but for some reason, WWE decided to this time around.
I think it's the new creative direction up there.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it might have something to do with it, and I think Fastlane was great, but if you guys would get a chance to see the whole thing, Fastlane was really good. I felt, but that was my opinion. But listen, guys, anything that we haven't talked about yet that you guys would like to talk about?
Anything anything in particular? I don't know. What about you?
Well, the reason why I asked that is because towards the end, usually at the 50-minute mark, sometimes we get talking. All of us in this room get talking, and we might not have covered something that you guys maybe wanted to cover. Maybe perhaps how people can get in touch with you if they want to book you. Do you have events coming up? I know you guys are going to be at 3WA on October the 28th.
Yep.
That's the last Saturday of this month. That's a trick or treat play. So kids can.
Yeah. bring your costumes, dress
Bring
up.
your
There's a
costumes, dress
contest.
up, kids. There's a contest.
I believe that's going to be our second annual Brawl Hallows Eve and
Brawl
costume
Hallows Eve
contest.
in Quakertown. Do you guys have anything else coming up you want to talk about?
There's Smash Master coming up on the 29th.
29.
29th.
Check that
Sunday the
out.
29th. Yeah. Is that up in up near Scranton somewhere?
Yeah, I gotta
Yeah.
check the venue again. We got
Yeah.
a couple shows. Family and Friends Wrestling next show that they got. Definitely check out their page. We'll probably be there too. Obviously, XI Wrestling, whatever events they got going on. I know they're in talks with a new venue as well. Check them out on the 27th. What was it? Man, my bad. Whatever show's on the 27th, forgot the name. There's a lot of stuff coming up. Yeah, so just
You're getting booked. I mean, you're getting booked. That's a good thing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
21st, also Immortal, I think, is running. Is it the 21st? I think it's the 21st.
We're not booked there, but yeah, we'll
not
be
booked there, but check them out.
Showing support. Yeah, check them
Check
out.
them out.
Absolutely. Like, we're not booked at a lot of these shows that we go to. We just show up and then help out with ring crew and stuff.
Well, Smash Masters is good. We know Uncle Masty, good old Uncle Masty up there. He's a good guy.
I know.
Yeah.
I really wish I could get out to more of his shows, but he tends to run on days I have to work.
Sunday, right? He runs on Sunday. You know who does that?
Times that just don't work out.
It's football season, man.
I you know what? I love him, and he's doing what.
Who has a show on Sunday,
He's
Keith?
doing what he's doing for the love of the game. Damn it!
Yeah.
He's
No, I'm
not
just saying.
running
You and
for
I run on
about
Sunday.
the love of the game.
You and I run on Sunday, Keith.
Yeah, and obviously we're not making money. We're doing it for the love of the game. So.
I know we're doing it for the love of the game. I love it. Anyway, guys, we appreciate you guys. We would love to have you guys on again in 6 months or a year to check up on you, see how you're doing. We wish you nothing but the best locally, and if it ends up getting us that all important contract where you guys get to do this for a living, nothing would thrill us more because you were on Around the Turnbuckle once. That'd be awesome. But yeah, anything we can do to help you both in commentary for when you're at 3WA or down the road, if you run into anybody that is looking to go on a podcast and get their name out there, send them our way. We would love that too.
Absolutely.
And again, I'll go around the room, starting with Abdul, and give you guys whatever you want to say. Final words before we get out of here, and the professor always gives you a good parting gift. Abdul, what do you got?
First, I want to say thank you guys for having us. It was a great honor. Thank you. We love your guys' work on commentary. I feel like I didn't put you guys over enough, so
Thank you.
definitely gotta get you guys, the little rub. But other than that, it was a tough year. I was out for a year, so it's good to be back. Definitely have a lot to prove, a lot of work on. But if you do want to know what I'm doing or what I'm up to, you can follow me on my socials. It's at ABDUL Wrestling on Twitter or X, whatever they're calling it nowadays, and Instagram.
It's X.
I know it's hard.
Yeah. And then it is just ABDUL SIDDIQUE right on Facebook. I'm trying to get more on social media now that I'm back. I was kind of away from it, but I'll definitely be on it more. And if you guys want to know what I'm doing or where I'm at, then definitely check me out. And let's work.
Shadow Assassin.
Yo, thank you for having us. Like you said, it was actually really fun, and we'll definitely be open to doing this again when we're a bit more comfortable, like talking. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know what to say, what not to say yet.
No, you guys did awesome. You were awesome.
You guys were good.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
We'll definitely be happy to come back. Like, this was super fun. You can catch my stuff at Lou Nick on Facebook, Sippin' Trees, no space on TikTok, Shadow Lunic on Instagram, no space as well. I gotta make a Twitter. I have a YouTube. It's just tough, getting match footage to upload onto the YouTube channel.
And if you guys want to see one of these guys, they wrestled each other last month with Keith and I on commentary. Go to 3WA on YouTube, 3WA Carnage on YouTube, the latest episode, and these guys are one of the matches featured on that particular show.
And if you scroll back a couple of shows, you'll catch them on that as well. They've been building.
You'll see the match with Top Shelf Tyler Sims. You'll
For
see the
sure.
match with you'll see where Abdul Siddique tried to dislocate Andrew's jaw. You'll see a lot of cool stuff.
Let's not cast aspersions. We
Absolutely.
don't know that he tried to do that for a fact.
You don't know that he didn't try to do that for a fact either, Professor.
I
That's
don't.
true.
It's
He's got a
true.
point.
Yeah, absolutely not. All right. So guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much for coming on Around the Turnbuckle, and we look forward to seeing what you guys do next at 3WA and elsewhere. In the meantime, Professor, you got any parting gifts?
Yeah, it's been a blast to watch you guys so far. I think you've got great fundamentals. I think you've got a great attitude. And I'm looking forward to getting to know you guys better. I'm looking forward to working with you guys more. And we're in it together. We're a team. Commentary, wrestlers, we're a team. Let's make you guys look as good as we can. And let's help you guys unlock your potential, whatever we can do to do that for you. I thank you so much for your kind words because, it's a shoot. I don't do it for me. I do it for you guys. If you guys are happy with what I'm doing, if you guys feel what I'm doing is serving you, then I'm earning my payoff and I'm where I should be then. Because if it's just me blowing smoke and just for myself, doing something wrong. Doing something very wrong. So thank you guys.
I couldn't agree more with what he just said, and thank you guys. You guys were awesome, and we can't wait to see what happens next. Don't go anywhere when I go off the air, all right? In the meantime, Professor, next week on Around the Turnbuckle, we may or may not, because it hasn't been completely solided yet, but we may have the 3WA High Impact Champion, JCM. It hasn't been completely etched in stone, but we'll see.
Okay. Awesome.
Now that he's 3WA High Impact Champion. Meantime, anyway, you can follow me and Keith on Around the Turnbuckle on Facebook. We have a Facebook group. Go in there and share whatever you want to share, your events, your upcoming local events for people to check out. We have a big group, big following there. Over 700 followers now, Keith. We have it Around the Turnbuckle, both in the combined of the group and the actual Facebook page. Next week on Around the Turnbuckle will be Sunday Sunday at 6 p.m. Next Sunday, we'll be right back here with a brand new guest, whether it's JCM or not. In the meantime, for Professor Keith, Abdul Siddique, and the Shadow Assassin Lou Nick, I'm the Big Al Boski. We'll see you guys next time.
You think you know me?
Calculations are correct.